Everybody has a dream in them. Everybody. And I have to say, all of us right now should thank God and be grateful.
That's right.
Look at our lives. We had dreams. You know what?
Yeah.
We all had dreams, John. We all had dreams, and we're doing what we love to do. And you know what? It could happen to anyone. All right, welcome to the Chazz Palminteri Show. It's Monday at 11 o'clock. We got a great show for you today. We're going to answer a lot of questions you guys send in. You can send in some great questions to Tara and to Kathrine and to me. And Tara, what are they? If they want to send questions to you, it's Tara Jokes, right?
Tara Jokes.
And Kathrine, if they want to send questions to you?
Kathrine Narducci on Instagram.
That's right. And you know me, Chazz Palminteri Show at gmail.com. All right, so we got a great show today. But before that, I want to remind you, I have 3 shows coming up. Get your tickets. Go to chazzpalminteri.net. Click on that date and get your tickets. We sell out right away. Don't forget my 2 restaurants. I got 2 of the best Italian restaurants. Ladies, you've been there.
Delicious.
Oh, yeah. 2
of the best Italian restaurants in New York. 30 West 46th Street, right off 5th Avenue. Beautiful, romantic place, great food. 264 Main Street in White Plains. So you got no excuse. You have to go to Manhattan. You can go right to White Plains. And go to my site, check out my merchandise. A lot of great shit happening. All right, so Tara, since you got a lot of great questions, give us one right now.
All right. Don't mind my little bit of a lisp. I just got Invisalign.
Excuse me, what is Invisalign?
It's like clear braces. I may have to take them out for.
She had to straighten out her bum teeth.
This is what kind of friend is this?
You got nice teeth.
What kind of friend is Catherine? My top
I don't know about
teeth.
that.
My top teeth are beautiful. When you see my smile, my top teeth were fine, but I'm fixing them a little bit. But my
Her bottom teeth look like they fell out. She jiggled them up and then threw them back in.
What kind of
And
friend?
wherever and however they landed.
Listen, you never really saw them when I spoke, but because I'm on social media so much and I was filming in this angle, I put the camera up and people commented that they didn't like my bottom teeth. And I went to Kathrine, my friend. I said, "Can you believe this?" And she said, "Yeah."
Are you kidding me? That's why you got it?
I was like, you're only noticing that now because people are telling you?
man, you're
have a friend
cold.
like Kathrine. You'll improve on your life. Your self-esteem will be out the window, but at least you'll look better. So
that's street.
No.
Street.
She's beautiful. I just wanted her teeth to match.
Oh.
Guys, she's worse than any keyboard warrior. So throw your comments at me.
I don't do it behind the keyboard. I do it to your
That
face.
ain't as bad as Narducci over here. All right.
All right.
Now
Tara.
she's
so
going to be
questions.
beautiful.
What are the questions?
I'm gonna be.
Do the before and afters.
Oh, listen, I got a cold already from you're so cold. I just caught a cold.
Oh my God.
And you sound like you got a little cold.
Yes, because you're so cold to Tara here. I'm cold. You're cold, man.
All right, so we got some.
You're as cold as ice.
Go ahead.
We got a follow-up to the one we did with the rings, where it says, rings related, what do you think of married people when alone that don't wear their wedding rings?
Well, I don't like that when alone. Either you wear your wedding ring or you don't wear the wedding ring. I mean, if he takes his wedding ring off when he goes out with his friends, that's a tell.
Yep.
That's not good. I don't wear a wedding ring. I've been
Ever.
married for 32 years.
You never wear it?
You don't wear a wedding ring either? Does he wear a wedding ring?
But does he wear? I would tattoo it on his finger.
Okay,
if
so
he
then
did
why
it.
don't you wear it then?
I do wear it.
Oh, you do wear it. Okay. Do you,
Wait. How come you don't?
You never wore it? You wore it on your wedding day? The wedding
He
day?
just took the focus off himself.
Yeah.
Why don't you wear it?
Did you like eat nails this morning, Kathrine? No, what I did was, on my wedding day, I can't sleep with anything on me. No
Me neither.
necklaces,
Okay.
nothing. I have to take everything
too.
off. And I tried to do it in the very beginning. I really did try. And I ended up losing him. I ended up losing the first one. but it wasn't like a really, so that's because I knew it was a thin gold band, So I just don't wear it. And listen, if a wedding ring is going to stop you from cheating, boy, you got a big problems then.
No, 100%.
Well, a wedding ring will stop people from flirting with you if they're decent.
If they're decent,
Some women will be attracted to the wedding ring.
100%.
That's 100%.
That's a
right.
man that can commit.
Or men.
So as far as that question goes, I don't know what her name is if she left her name, but I would say if he does it when he's alone, that's not good.
Like if he's only wearing it with you, that's weird. But if he just doesn't wear it because he doesn't like jewelry, like Chazz said, I know a lot of guys that just don't wear it. Then
I don't wear jewelry. The only thing I love, watch. I have nice watches. That's what I like.
Yeah, I love watches
I don't
too.
have my watch
Me
on,
too.
but I like watches. That's it.
Kathrine?
I don't like things around my neck, diamond rings. Oh God, no.
Kathrine, weigh in. What do you say?
No, you got to wear the wedding. If you're going to either wear it or you don't. Like he doesn't wear it when he's with Gianna or not with Gianna.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're, listen, that's one shady mofo if he's taking it off
Yes.
when he leaves the house. He's up to no good.
Right. Yeah.
And she tells it like it is.
Yeah. I would have a conversation with this guy. I think you have to ask why. Why does he do that? Yeah.
Next.
Okay.
Next.
Go ahead.
Next. All right.
Next with Shades McGee.
Can a man and a woman be just... See how they
Try
bully
some
me?
decaf.
See how they bully me? Can a man and a woman be just friends?
Well, come on. Of course they can. I have friends that actually I know them longer than my wife, that now my wife is almost better friends with them than they were with me. So I don't... Look, she's looking at me with this incredible Mussolini look. Kathrine, I know for a fact that you have great male friends.
I have great male. I'm going away with one of my male friends. We're going to go away for the weekend upstate and sleep in the same place alone. I have two male friends that I could do that. And my friend Gino wants me to go to Italy with him. So that's the most romantic thing you could do with somebody that I'm going to do with my friend. My friend Chris Tardio, you all know him, he's an actor.
Handsome
he
guy.
Is hot as balls.
Oh, hot. Jesus. God.
I mean...
Why don't we go, boop?
Yeah.
He's hot. I'm going away with him. I'm always with him alone. I slept in the same bed.
With Chris?
With both, and Gino.
And nothing happened.
Nothing. 0 times 0.
Wow.
Because we're really friends. And, put it this way, when you're really good friends like that, sometimes once in a, not anymore, but when you're first being friends, you think about like, well, what if this or that could be weird. And then you move past it, and then you're way past it. You don't even think about it anymore.
All right, so now let's hear the counter opposite.
No, I'm friends with you. I'm friends with John. I have male friends.
Wait a minute. Wait a second. That is not the question. Can Michael be very good friends? Oh,
that's a very different question.
Well, no. Can Michael? Does Michael have any female friends?
Mike has some female friends that I'm friends with too now.
That you're friends with too now, and it's okay that if he happens to be, he meets them and they have dinner together.
Yeah, depending on the friend.
Yeah, but I'm also could go out with Mike alone.
You have gone out with Mike. You and Gianna have both gone out with Mike.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chazz, I don't know if you knew about this.
No, I knew that.
She's got to approve the friends. It can't be a random friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mike can't go out and meet a new friend and say, Tara, I'm going out with my new friend.
Yeah, right. But I do it. But no, he can't.
Okay.
I don't like that attitude.
No new
friends.
But
I do it.
Drake said no new friends. And many people may not know the reference.
What did he mean by no new friends by that?
No new friends. Just your core crew.
You got to have new friends. I mean, I don't know.
No new female friends.
You're not into it.
My wife has friends, male friends.
That are straight?
That is straight, yeah.
Listen, you're getting your teeth straightened now. Have a little more confidence.
No, it's not about that. It's not an insecurity thing at all. No, honestly...
Yes, it is. No. If you were so secure and you knew your husband would never cheat on you when you trusted...
I don't think... Listen, I don't say nobody will ever do anything. 100%. No, I don't trust anybody 1,100%. Not even my own husband. No, I love him 100%. I don't trust him 100%. I don't trust anybody 100%.
Okay.
Does he trust you 100%?
Probably. I don't know.
What
I'm
a
different.
spoiled
We grew up
bitch.
different.
Spoiled bitch.
What? I mean, can we really? I'm
Really?
gonna do a compilation
You're
of how I
spoiled.
get bullied on this show. I have
Bullied? You're not being bullied. You're just
Bullied.
like, this is my deal. It's my way or
people
the highway.
come to the shows who
Right?
watch the
Yeah.
podcast and they love my perspective. So I'm reaching some people.
You're reaching your.
I want the female perspective.
No, I do.
Not
no,
the male.
honestly, at this
That's
point,
easy.
you have to be really like I make jokes about it on stage. Obviously, I'm a comic, but no, I 100% my husband go out with a girl who's a friend and have dinner. Or
Okay,
especially
all right.
I'm on the road a lot. I don't want him to sit home when I'm on the road.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Well, but that's a good question. If the woman is away, if you're away, whether you're in show business or you're with your friend, could he go out with his friends?
Yeah. He'd gone out with Kathrine and Gianna when I was away.
Okay, no. He says, hey, one of his other friends, they're going to have dinner in the
Yeah,
city.
they went out Friday night. I was in Syracuse.
Oh,
he
so
went
that's
to
cool.
a
But
restaurant by
also, Mike has been in Florida without you.
Right, that's true.
No? Didn't he go to Florida without you for a couple of days?
Oh, for work? Yeah,
Yeah,
for
for
work.
work.
Right,
I
so
did,
you
yeah.
don't think he's going out after work to have a drink?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, all right.
That
There you
doesn't
go,
bother
there you
me.
go.
All right, so
Why
you're
are you
not to-
making me sound like?
All right, okay. I think, there's a great song by Sting. It says, if you love someone, set them free. And I really believe that. You got to set them free, and they'll be back. They'll be here. But if you try to say, where you going? What are you doing? It kind of weird. I can't
That's
have
a
that.
good point. I really like that's a really strong, important point for
Yeah.
any couples out there. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, you got to let people be themselves. I have a friend, I won't mention his name, but he has a girlfriend. She's very sweet. I mean, the sweetest thing and so nice. But he gets annoyed sometimes when she's too nice to, like, the waiter. And I said, what are you talking about? Why are you doing that? Well, why does she have to ask his name and thank you very much? And how about just thank you? What do you have to go, what is your name? Or how long you're working here? Or, it's just, you humanize the person.
Manners.
It's manners, But he can do it, but she can't. And I'm saying, well, what is that about?
That's an insecurity thing. Sorry.
I think so. Sorry, I agree with that.
Being an old school guy, it's good that you think like that because a lot of old school guys think like your friend.
Old
point.
school, and you know what?
And
Catherine?
you're old school, but you
He's
got
old school. This guy's old school. And it's like, it's like you're on an elevator and the people walk in. Oh, hi. Oh, hello. Good morning. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, nothing.
But what bothers me is he could do it. And it's okay.
Well, you know what? Could I just say something?
That's old school.
You got to watch out. There's another saying by Shakespeare. He protests too much, or she protests too
Yeah.
much. Is the
No. The guy is extreme.
no, but if it means that the opposite. Maybe he's doing something.
No, he's not. I mean, I know the guy.
Oh, okay.
And he's faithful as the day is long. I mean, faithful.
yeah.
Okay.
And loves his girl.
It's
But
a matter of
I think
respect
it's
to him. I
insecurity.
think everybody has I think it's not insecurity too, but it's also a matter of respect. People have their different lines of what's respectful and what's disrespectful. He may have a really lower threshold for when he feels disrespected. I think it has to come down to the foundation. I know people who have cheated on their spouses, this, and that, and then it's very hard to move on after that. My foundation is strong, so I don't have issues with I think you have to have a strong foundation.
Right. And that's a good question. I'm going to talk about that after we. But I I think I talked about it. I had a girl. I like to mention her name because fuck you. Okay. I made it and you didn't. Okay. But that was.
Oh my God, him and Captain, what's in that coffee? See, I
I
drank
know.
mushroom coffee today,
we
so
got
I'm
this,
not
like-
revved up like
We got
them.
truth serum in
We
here
got- no,
today.
this is.
God.
I buy this coffee. We buy this coffee from what is it called? World's Deadliest Coffee.
Oh, Death Wish.
Death Wish. That's it. Death Wish. Oh my God, it's great coffee, but holy shit.
Truth serum.
Truth serum. It's like you shot up in your
Oh my
veins.
God, does your shirt, your mug say silence? Oh no, patience. I was gonna say if it's silence, she's
Yeah.
drinking from the wrong
Anyway,
cup.
so to make a long story short, even though it's too late now, she was. We were on a date, the first date, and we said, I think I said this.
Yeah.
And the waiter came over, she goes, oh, hi, what's your name? And he was a very handsome young guy. I was probably about 30 at the time. He was in his early 20s. And she said, oh, you're very handsome. And he said, and meanwhile, I'm like, I'm 30 years old. I'm seeing all kinds of girls. I don't give a shit.
Playing the
She goes, you're very handsome. Oh, do you work here? How long do you work here? What days do you work here? So again, I go,
That's a little too much
I
information.
go, I think it's a little too much, but I go, all right, we're good. And then he walks away. I don't say nothing. He comes back with our drink order. She goes, just so cute. Okay. I don't say nothing again. I said, okay. I did say, I went down. Oh, I don't want to say the name. I said, come on. What are you doing with the kid? I mean, he's a kid. What do you stop? Would you stop? She goes, why? I can't talk to anybody. I said, no, of course you can. But,
It's going a little too far.
Comes back, and as he turns to go back again, she pinches his ass.
Yes.
Right in front of me.
What? She groped him.
I went like this. Okay. God, I stood right up. I said, come on, let's go.
Yeah, she's a nutty.
She said, what? I go, no, we got to go. Okay. Oh, come on. We got to go. Let's go. I said, hey, give me the check. He goes, well, you didn't get it. I said, I don't give a shit. Just give me the check. Boom, boom. Come on, let's go. And I took her home because I said, I'm going to take you home. And like 2 or 3 blocks before her house, she goes, you know what? This is bullshit. Let me out. Okay. I pulled over, and usually I wouldn't do that. I pulled over, she got out of the car, and I left. But anyway, she was abusive. And you're not going to abuse me.
I mean, imagine a guy grabs a girl's ass.
Yeah. She pinched his ass right in front of me.
Terrible.
Wow. Anyway.
Okay, next.
Next.
I have a question now.
Okay.
Yeah, what?
So I only got one question in my DM. And they said, Miss Narducci, that always makes me feel old.
Okay.
But Miss Narducci, I have a question for the Neighborhood Logic. What would the 3 of you be if you weren't what you were?
What you are.
What you are.
Well, I know what I would be.
What?
If I wasn't what I am, either an actor or writer or director, I would want to be a shrink. I love the human mind. I would have been a psychologist. I would have tried to be a psychologist.
That's cool.
I was a counselor,
Yeah.
so I would be a counselor.
Yeah.
I when I needed money, full-time job, I was a counselor, and
There
I
you go.
think that maybe that's something like an empath, something with like
People.
people.
How
I would
about
be
you,
a counselor.
Well, I do my other thing, but I would have really went gung-ho with the art, and I would have been a
Painter.
full-time painter, artist.
Yeah.
Although I still do it now. And if I wasn't that, when I was young, I used to always want to be an archaeologist because I love to explore. And I love the metal detectors. I just like exploring and finding old artifacts.
Wow.
I love that.
Did you know from a young age? Like, did you? I remember reading The Alchemist, and I know that's like such a cliche book, but I loved it so much.
It's a
and
great
it
book.
talks
Yeah, I love
about
The Alchemist.
talks a lot about like how how everybody sort of knows at a certain age, even when they're very young, what they really want to be, and that we suppress it. And a lot of times, as we get older, we rationalize not doing it because it's not a practical thing or something like that. Your dream, like a dream unlived. Did you know from a young age you wanted to be an actor? That's both of my question for both of you. Artist, actor. Did you know from a young age?
Well, what age did you know you wanted to be an actor?
That I wanted to be on the screen, 10.
10 an actor?
10. I wanted to be and a writer. Because I used to write poetry.
At 10?
No, I was probably 14 when I started writing the poetry. I was probably just when I entered high school. I started writing poetry, and the first poem I wrote, and I never forgot it. Don't laugh.
You gonna read it?
No, it's a very simple. It's a short poem. It said, let me make sure I get it right. Don't forget now, folks. I'm 14, 15 years old. I said, waking up this morning, I turned over and kissed the spot where you had laid.
Aww, that's deep
A
for
romantic
a
at heart.
14-year-old.
14 years old.
That is pretty
was
deep
advanced.
for a 14-year-old.
Yeah, and I wrote I can't remember the poem because it was a long one. It was another poem called Time, and I talked about I was on a subway and I saw an old man, and he became a mirror to me what I'm going to look like when I'm his age, and it was actually a good poem, and that was like 14.
Do you still write poetry now?
No, right now I write movies, and I write movies and and plays and things like that.
Okay.
And I'm writing a book about my life, but I always enjoyed writing. I like writing and acting. My mother took me to see Around the World in 80 Days with David Niven, and I saw the colors, and I went, oh. And I said, I want to do that.
How old were you when you saw that?
10. I think I was 10, something like that.
Do you think that's what put the spark? Boom, right there.
No, I just used to watch and I used to imitate the actors.
But do you remember the exact moment when you go boom?
Around the World in 80 Days, yeah. It probably was that, yeah.
It's pretty good.
Do you
Kathrine?
remember the first time you pursued acting? Like the first time you either got on stage or got on camera?
The first time I pursued it, I started studying when I was like, Jesus Christ Superstar was on Broadway, and I had no experience, 0 experience. And I think I was, 19 or something. And I went to audition, and there was thousands of guys. And they kept calling me back, and I was like, holy shit.
You must be doing something right.
I was doing the acting and the dance thing. But the dance was much more, it wasn't like kick your feet up. It was more movement.
Two-step.
It was movement, like, it was like dum, bum, bum. And I saw the dance, and I studied it, and I worked hard at it alone. And I got down, it cut down to the last 100 guys. I got called back 7 times. And then the 7th time, it was down to like 50 guys. 50 guys. I was in this last one. That was the 8th time they called me back.
Wow.
And then they picked the apostles out of that, which was like 16 people, and I got cut then. But I got really far.
Got close.
That was enough to make you go further in the career and really pursue
that was
it.
enough to say. I mean,
Does that give you that like, oh my God, I can like?
Well, at the time I was so disappointed, but I knew I was.
Right.
I said, "Shit, man." Years later, I thought about it. I said, if I would have studied like my kids are when they're so young, I would have probably got it.
But sometimes, you know what? That's not the way that's not the way you're gonna get it. You got it because of the way you did it.
Yeah, I mean, if I would
Case in
have,
point, you.
if I would have made it when I was 21, I'd be a has-been now. I'd be a broke has-been because my mind wasn't. I was ready. I was good enough to be successful at that age, I think, but I wasn't ready mentally.
It was a blessing in disguise.
Mm-hmm.
It saved my life. It saved my life because I would have blown it. I would have been women and money. I would have just pissed it away.
Yeah, it seems like young children don't do well with acting.
No.
They don't have a good track record.
Anybody, I have a therapist. He's a shrink, one of the great shrinks in the world, Dr. Phil Stutz. I always bring him up, and he's got on Netflix. You can see Stutz. Jonah Hill did a documentary on him. It's brilliant. He's like the greatest in the world. And he said to me, nobody should be a star before the age of 30. Nobody. No one could handle it. No one. It's really hard.
I just saw Brooke Shields' one-woman show
Yeah?
where she talks about being famous from a young age. It's only 1 hour. It's music and kind of almost like comedy incorporates.
Was it good?
Like it was very good.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was
she's terrific.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I don't want to hear a story. I don't know if it was going to be storytelling. It wasn't. I told Kathrine it was quick, it was punchy, it was misdirection,
she
it
was
was
huge.
music.
People were hard on her though because she
Yeah.
did that whole the mother made her go topless at a time when
Oh,
you
my
didn't
God.
see that.
Her
I mean-
first kiss,
The
she
Blue
was
Lagoon.
11 and he was 28.
Yeah.
On screen.
Oh,
That was
that's-
her
that's
first
too
kiss.
much. That's
And
too
she
much.
talks, imagine today that would never happen.
Never.
But
And she, I don't know if anybody, for those of you, go back. I mean, she's still a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
beautiful.
But when she was young,
She was the it girl.
oh my God.
She
Yeah.
was the it girl.
It was like somebody chiseled her out of
Yeah.
marble. Michelangelo, drop dead beautiful.
She's
Yeah.
still
God, still
yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah.
But I'm saying when
Yeah.
She
she
had
was
a
young.
very, very beautiful angelic face too. It was pure.
Oh, and you know what I remember about her? The thing about her that turned me on the most?
What?
Her eyebrows. I know that sounds crazy.
No, she was famous for him.
Was she?
She was famous for her eyebrows.
I looked at her eyebrows. I said, "My God, who has eyebrows like that?"
Yeah.
Oh no. Anyway, you know what? I gotta have her on the show.
You do.
Brooke, invitation. I want you on the show. You know what?
It was a great, and she'll talk about it. It really was fascinating. She talks about different tiers in her life. I don't want to give anything away from it.
Yeah.
but
If anybody
yeah.
knows Brooke Shields, I don't know her. Maybe
I lived across the street from her on West 10th Street.
You do?
She owned the brownstone.
She
I
did.
used to. When I lived
Oh,
on West
I got to
10th.
get her agent. I'd love to have her on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
should be good.
You know what? She would
Okay,
be-
next.
Next.
Well, you didn't answer.
Yeah, you didn't answer.
What?
What was the
Did you know from a young age?
Did you? What age did you know?
Yeah, oh my God, 5. I always knew.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by, Kathrine? And everybody knows how you made it. You became Bob's wife. Everybody knows that. But why did you just bring your son and didn't audition for the wife.
Because I didn't even know what the role was. When that came out in the New York, the Post, it said Robert De Niro was looking for an 8-year-old to play his son. It just said in his first directorial debut. It didn't say,
didn't say anything about the wife?
No.
Wow.
So I took Nick with the strategy, and I didn't know anything about auditioning for real like that. I went on open calls, but I thought we were going to go straight to Robert De Niro, and I'd get to meet him. But that's not the way it was, of course. I went to, the Broken Down Theater there, and Nick went in. And then I saw the other women coming in for the wife, and that's when I knew. But
Had you ever auditioned before that?
yeah, it was going on. Oh my God, the worst thing, the funniest thing I ever went for was an open call for a singer, because I would have been anything. I was going on anything, and I just went by age, and a look would break it down. Oh, I look like that. That's my age. And I went for En Vogue's lead singer got pregnant, and it said couldn't say the band. A famous band needs a new lead singer. The balls I had to think I was a lead singer.
Oh my God,
I went
I love
in
it.
and I sang. They said, "Well, where's your material? And I was like, "Oh no, I don't have it. Could I do it a cappella?" And the guy stood behind the desk. He said, "Yeah, you know what? You can." And I sang "Good Morning Heartache"
Let's
by
hear
Billie
it.
Holiday.
Do a thing right now.
Wow.
Good morning, heartache.
Hey, that's good.
You owe. No, I can't. But anyway,
Yeah.
I did that, and he was like, "Yeah, that's not it, but good voice."
That's good. Now, quickly, for those of you who don't know, Kathrine became famous. She brought her son down to read for the part of Little C, and Bob, meeting her, asked her, when he got to hear her voice, when he heard her talk, he said, "Hey, where are you from?" She said, "He's Harlem." And Bob said, and then they brought you in to read for the wife, right?
Yeah.
And she beat 2,000 actresses.
Yeah.
And got the part. And that's how her career started.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Well, Tara didn't answer the question yet. When did you know you wanted to be a comedian?
Very early, I always looking into comedy, like from age 6. And I know I wanted to do it.
Not acting,
Acting too, and comedy. I knew I was theater. When I saw A Bronx Tale, I was 13, and I was like, there are people like me doing
So
this.
old. Really?
I was 13,
You were 13
sorry.
when you saw me.
Hate to break the news to you, bud, but my aunt said at 2 years old I would go to the TV and like go Johnny, like I wanted to watch the Johnny Carson show.
Wow.
2
I
years
love
old.
Johnny Carson.
And at 6 I was like negotiating with my mother that if I could, stay up late to watch Saturday Night Live. I knew who the host was. I was 6. Like I was like,
Wow.
I was stealing George Carlin and Eddie Murphy DVDs from my friend's dad, and we would go, not DVDs, they were VHSs at the time. We were going down to his basement and sneaking and watching it. Like I knew there was something about that world. I didn't know I wanted to do it, but I was completely fascinated by it.
Were you?
And then I saw Moonstruck, and then there was people like my family on TV. Then I saw A Bronx Tale, and it was this whole thing. It's like there's an avenue here. Because you don't know.
You see what you're saying? See, and I think this is for people out there who feel they got something creative. That's what happens. When you're born to be a creative, sometimes you may not have what we had. Oh, I knew I wanted to be an actor. I knew I wanted to be good.
Mm-hmm.
You know that, wow, there's something out there that I got something I want to give creatively or do creatively. Something's festering inside me but you may not know if it's singing, dancing, acting, but you know that you have something to offer in the arts. And sometimes you don't know what it is, and you find your way to find out, oh, that's what it is. That's been what's been wanting to come out of me.
Right. They always say, think of something that you would do for nothing. Now, you don't even care if you get paid for it. That's, make your vacation your vocation.
I think Neil deGrasse Tyson said that, if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
I
Who?
did.
Neil deGrasse.
Yeah.
But so it's funny that you say that because I was listening to an interview on the way here with one of your good friends, Chris DiStefano.
Yes.
He was on Elvis Duran last week, and they were like, "Oh, when did you know you wanted to be a comedian?" He's like, I didn't, but I always was funny. And then I was at a basketball game. I think it was basketball or some other sport. And he's like, "Mom, what do you think I'm going to be when I grow up?" And he said, "Oh, I was expecting her to say professional basketball player
Right.
or whatever." But she said a comedian.
His
And
mother?
Yeah, and then he's like, I took that to heart because I wanted to be the basketball player, and I was really upset at that. But look at me now.
Wow.
Right. That's amazing.
So at a young age, his mother knew, but he didn't.
He just sold out Radio City Music Hall. God bless him.
And Madison Square Garden
Let's
the theater.
give him a little hand.
Let's give Chris DiStefano.
Little
Sold
shout
it out. For those of you who don't know, I mean, I'm sure everybody knows.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
see this guy. He's incredible.
Yeah.
Funny, funny, funny. I don't want to even say his jokes because I won't do it justice.
But I just thought it was funny how he didn't even know what he wanted to be, but his mother saw it just from his personality.
Yeah.
And same thing with you with watching Johnny Carson.
People used to say, like, I walked out of a nail salon once with my mother. I was young, and I was like, "All right, everybody, see you. I'm going to Hollywood." I was like 5. Like, what? They were like, "What did she just say?" You know, or people can see in
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
People could see that.
It's a
sometimes.
personality.
And he's funny, but you see, I just knew. It's like weird. Like, because people always ask me, weren't you when you first got on the set with Robert De Niro? That was my first big movie, really. And I was like, no.
But you were in a band singing with Joe Pesci.
No, not with Joe, no. But I sang on stage for like 15 years on the road with a band. So I've been on stage all my life.
Yeah.
I've always been on stage my whole life.
That's just where you feel comfortable. I've asked you many times before, you ever get nervous when you go on stage? You ever get scared? And your answer is just no.
No. I'm just.
You're
no.
born for it.
I'm just. Do I get like revved up and ready to go? But to me, it's like if I did a show at a little theater or I did a show at Madison Square Garden, it wouldn't get me any more nervous. It's the same thing. You just get out there and you just do your thing, man.
Yeah, there's
right?
the energy
You're
that
the
you
same
harness.
way. You feel the same way.
No, I get nervous. The Actors Studio, like on the 31st, I'm putting up Medea, and I keep thinking about I'm going to go there and take my name out of the book out of that session and not do it. I'm like, scares the living shit out of me.
Right, but that's when you
Because
have to do it.
That's
when
and
you
I keep
have
going,
to do it.
You're a punk ass B if you don't do this. And if you
Right.
cancel, I feel like if I cancel, I might as well quit acting.
Is it a scene? I mean, are you doing it?
I'm doing I'm gonna do the Women of Corinth speech that Medea gives
By yourself?
by myself.
Come on, Kathrine.
But I'm doing a lot of sensory work in imaginary circumstances. I'm gonna have people that are not there. I gotta create that. It's a lot of hard work, and it scares the living shit out of me.
Good.
But I've done it before, but I haven't done it in a while since before the pandemic, and I'm really nervous about it.
Don't worry about
But I do get nervous. I'm not like you and Tara.
I get a little,
nervous.
I get like a little butterfly depending on the thing, but like just enough to be like, all right, just get me out there. Like I gotta just,
Yeah.
I gotta start. I have to
gotta
say my
start.
first
I
line.
get nervous.
The first line is what gets me.
So the bottom line is, because now that we're coming to the end,
Yeah.
the bottom line is this. What Kathrine said and what Tara said, everybody has a dream in them. Everybody. And I have to say, all of us right now should thank God and be grateful.
That's right.
Look at our lives. We had dreams. You know what?
Yeah.
We all had dreams, John. We all had dreams, and we're doing what we love to do. And you know what? It could happen to anyone. We all didn't come from money. East Harlem, the Bronx. My producer, John. Where were you born, John?
I was born on Long Island, but I've been in Queens for the past 12
Queens.
years.
Okay, so people go, oh my God, it's so hard to make it. You know what? It is hard, but you just got to work hard
But you're not doing it to make it. You're doing it because you have to do it.
because you have to do it. If you're doing it to be famous or doing it because you think you want to make a lot of money, you'll never do it. Why? Because it's just too hard. It'll beat the shit out of you and it'll make you quit.
And the one thing about the comedy, too, I have to say, is you know how many people tell me, oh my God, you're so funny, you should be a comedian?
Right.
There's two different things if you think you want to be a comedian because you
Oh,
make your friends laugh.
true.
And then there's the art form of being a comedian. I could never, nor do I have ever wanted to or have a desire
Right.
to ever try to be a comedian. You cannot just be a comedian because you're funny with your friends. You have to be. You have both. You can, but you also have to be like her, Krista Stefano. Know
Yeah.
that you want to learn the art form of comedy.
It's a craft.
The craft.
You just can't get
Right.
up there and start like, hey, yeah, I'm funny, and think you're going to make strangers laugh.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people say this. Joey Diaz says, I know a lot of great comics say, it takes a good 7 to 10 years before you really hit your stride.
10. I'm at 10.
10, yeah.
That's longer than the acting.
Yeah, because it's hard, Kathrine. It's hard. All right. That's the show for today. And I want to thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
The great Narducci, Tara.
Thank you.
Now, how did I get in touch with you, Tara?
All at Tara Jokes on everything. Tara Jokes.
You want to ask your questions, you go to Tara Jokes. And how about you, Kathrine? Kathrine Narducci.
Kathrine Narducci. Kathrine Narducci.
On Instagram.
On Instagram.
And Chazz Palminteri on Instagram. You can leave questions there, or ChazzPalminteri.net. Come and see my one-man show, Chazz Palminteri, the original one-man show that was voted Best Show of the Year in Las Vegas and a big hit on Broadway. God bless you. I'll see you next week.